one guy actually said me that I can after designing this FC, I can actually get a job in National Instruments, which is like Texas Instruments, but
Yeah,
in India.
I know National Instruments. They've got LabVIEW and things like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So that is widely used around the world. We
yeah,
live now, just so you know.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
that's cool though. But then, how long? So you're not working yet. You're still studying.
What? No,
You
I'm
still.
not working. No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
My exams are on 28th. My seventh semester exams are on 28th, and I will have a last semester after a month or two.
So you're in your private, in your last year of studies.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm in last year of my studies actually.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. So is this your postgrad or so it's your BEng? What you
No,
studying?
it's not. This is my what do you say? This is my bachelor's degree.
Yes, yes, yes. So it's BSc
Bachelor,
or Bachelor of Engineering, right?
in India we call it Bachelor of Technology.
Bachelor of Technology, but technology as in but technology can be electronics, electrical,
Yeah, yeah,
mechanical.
yeah.
So
My department is electrical and electronics. I have both.
okay. But when you say Bachelor of Technology, it's only the electronic side, so not the mechatronics or the mechanical
No,
side or
so
anything.
basically, yeah. So basically, in India, in Bachelor of Technology, there are several departments like electrical electronics, electronics and communication, mechanics, civil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So you can specialize in a single one.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's
But
cool.
still, I don't like the concept like how it just like it's like they are making us like clerks. We are being trained like for clerks. Like we need that our education system is such that if you like at the point where I am right now, if you see
Yeah.
from there, you can say that like you do, like see I was it was not necessary that I should have learned history or
Yeah.
civics or something. Yeah, it makes sense at this point.
Yeah. But that's the whole school system at the moment, right? It's around the
Yeah, yeah,
world.
yeah.
It's not just India.
I
So
wanted to know like what this is topic, but when we talk about studying in India,
yeah.
people think if you study, then only you will get the job. So basically, people are just studying because they need a job.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Yes. Yes. Yes.
parents tell their kids that if you won't study, you won't get the job, and you will end up like on the road.
Oh,
So
really?
the concept is like that only.
Yeah.
Concept
But
is like that.
I think it's because of the third world countries. So Africa is the same. So Africa, they push you to study and get your degree, get your masters, because they think it's a better opportunity in the future.
Yeah,
So where in the Netherlands and stuff, it's not like that. They've got a different mindset. You must just do what you want to do, but it's a different. It's different economics, eh? So third world countries are a bit
yeah,
different.
yeah.
But yeah,
So yeah, at this point, what I think is the best that one should find his interest,
yeah,
but there should be a baseline, like not specifically something, but like we have a standard of like for secondary school. Okay, so like in
yeah.
secondary school there are several subjects, and those subjects are like something which everyone should know about. Okay,
Okay.
so instead of just like beating the child and like something instead of like just for a normal understanding when you are teaching a really young child, okay, so
Yeah.
if he doesn't get something, what the teachers do, just beat him. That's
Really?
all. Yeah, that's just, you can ask anyone in,
Do they still beat the kids in India?
I don't know right now, but like at that time,
Yeah.
yeah, for like up to standard 10th standard,
Yeah.
to
They
10th,
beat you.
yeah, you get
With
punishments. You
yeah.
get punishments, yeah, you get
With what?
punishment.
Like a ruler or something?
Uh, Sometimes is the lure, sometimes is the hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
when I was a kid, I got hidings, but not from. Yeah, they stopped at school when I went to school, but they used to back
yeah.
in the day. Ah, that's
So,
interesting.
yeah. So I thought like, why can't we like make their mind such that like they want to study?
Yes, 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 yes.
Like we can like instead of just scaring them,
Yeah.
we can create the urge of study inside them. That's the better idea.
So you
If there's
think
something,
people are just studying for a better future, not really
yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah,
want
yeah.
to.
No, 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 no.
That's quite sad, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, I started hardware design because, like, see, in engineering also, I wasn't, my grades aren't that well.
Yeah.
They are little below average.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
but when I got to the last semester, so in the last semesters, I got into hardware design.
Yeah.
So due to that, I really like hardware design, and that hardware design led me to study things.
Yeah.
So you can see like where this is going. What I am doing is making me to study. If I don't study, if I then I can't do anything.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
basically, now I have a value for study. Like if I don't do this, I cannot do this stuff which I am
Yes.
passionate about.
Yeah.
So
That's a good point.
there should be something like a concept like that
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, because you always want to study towards a goal. That's why
Yeah,
I'm done studying, but I'm still studying, right? So I'm still, if I do a project, there's a lot of stuff I don't know, like the drone stuff. I
yeah,
have no idea about drones, so I have to do a lot of reading because I wanted to fly. So I can't just put it on and it flies. So
yeah,
then you have to study around what you want to achieve. So yeah, I've been out of school for 7 years now, so it's long. But you
yeah.
never stop studying, you never stop learning. So you better find something you're interested in, no?
Yeah, so basically, passion is for now. I'm getting it that passion is everything for me now.
Yeah.
Passion is everything.
But is it plausible in India just to do what you want, or how's the?
Okay, so in India, there as from my experience, what I learned is what happened. Financially, I am very limited.
Yeah.
Financially we are very limited. This is in general case. Financially we are, if you are developing something, we have resources, but
Yeah.
in order to get those resources you need to have certain background, and those certain background requires either very high education, very high academic skills,
Yeah.
or very high fund wise. If you have
Yeah.
very high fund help, then you can do that.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Yeah. So
Hmm.
Africa is exactly the same. It's only you don't have all the advantages you have at the first world country, and people don't really understand that. So I understand what you mean. So
Hmm.
that's why hardware design is also it's expensive hobby sometimes. So the PCB that cost you, the components that cost you quite a lot. It's not free. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, hopefully it gets
So
cheaper throughout the years.
so like how I achieved, but like this prototyping wasn't very cheap also.
No, no, no,
So
no.
I found an alternative. So
Yeah.
it didn't start with me. It started with some other guy who actually bet on me, and what that bet means, I will just explain that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got into engineering. That was my first year. Okay. So in the first year, I was just a guy who just got into like hardcore electronics, because after my 10th grade, for 2 years I was just away from electronics. I was just like trying to focus on my studies, because we have an education system where like the board. Do you
Yeah.
understand what is the board? Yeah. So there's this CBSE board, which is like universal thing in India. Then there are boards which are divided into states.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So first up to standard 10, I was in CBSE board, which is the
Okay.
standard, it's a universal standard in our country. But what happened due to some circumstances, I got into state board. And what happened is, due to the change in the boards, uh, the medium of language which they study, it also got changed,
Oh,
and we
okay.
have different languages in
Yes,
all the
yes, yes,
different
yes.
states. So I just switched from English medium to an to the state's language, so it became just different for me. So
Oh.
I had like, really hard just to get the 50% marks. Yeah.
And
So
but now all your projects always drone based. How do you get into the drone stuff though?
yeah, so I'm just coming to that. So
Yeah.
I just somehow just managed to get a college. I
Yeah.
was about to drop a year for just to like prepare another
Like a
year.
gap year.
Yeah, a gap year, then just try to get another college because so everybody like is crazy here about IITs and NITs. Those are government based technical institutes,
Yes, yes, yes.
and they have a lot of resources. But the competition is really high.
Yeah.
The competition when I sat in is like when I gave the exam, my lags were in like something like it was a 6-digit phone number. My
Wow.
grade, my ranking was like that. It was
Wow.
6-digit phone number. I don't remember that. So, so I like the first my in my first year, I went to I it was just basic theory about the 12th standard.
Yeah.
Uh, Most of the stuff I didn't get because the thermodynamics, my mind was not wired like to get about
Thermal. Yeah, yeah.
thermodynamics. Yeah. So in the second year, I got into machines.
Okay.
Okay, and in that time, I joined my robotics club of my college.
Oh.
Yeah, but it wasn't that great. People were totally inactive. Seniors were not like helpful at all, as you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But there wasn't any like thing of like ragging or something. But you will be scared to ask seniors for help. The situation was like that.
Oh, wow. So there's no
Yeah,
team spirit or pride in your
yeah,
school.
yeah. So
Oh.
it wasn't that of a like friendly environment for me.
Oh,
I think
wow.
not for anyone also. So I got into the robotics club. One day, half the semester, I got an invitation for a group, a
Yeah.
community specifically. It was called as my state name,
Yeah.
drone community. It is known as Odisha Drone. Odisha is my state, so Odisha Drone Community. The
Okay.
community was based on drones, but not specifically drone. The domain can vary between anything. It
Anything
may
that
be
flies. Oh.
no, not specifically just fly. It may be a rover. It may be IoT. It may
Okay.
be anything related to electronics.
Yeah. I understand.
So
So
okay,
it's like a
so
makers club where you get together and you can just build stuff.
yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, it was like that. So the guy who started this thing, his name is Jivitesh Devta.
Yes.
Okay, so and he is one of the good IDRL pilots also.
Okay.
So
So sorry, what
it
does
is
IDRL stand for?
Indian Drone Racing League.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
Okay,
And that's
so he
worldwide. So different countries will have different ones.
yeah.
Or okay. Okay. Okay.
So,
I'm sorry.
when I joined the community,
Yeah.
he just before that he just went to one IDRL event, only one, and after that he like learned a lot of things which he could do. So, for like support wise, what he did like 1 year before,
Mm-hmm.
what happened is I just had a transmitter, the remote of our room. Okay, but I didn't had anything, and the transmitter I got from some other pilot like who was leaving India, and he wanted
Oh.
he just so he basically just asked me like, dude, can you repair this? I will just give it to you. If you can repair it, you can use it forever. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, fine. So basically, it was like it wasn't hard for me. I just got like but I didn't had anything. So Jivitesh saw that amount of passion.
Yeah.
Jivitesh saw that amount of passion, and just what he did is like, do one thing. You can borrow my stuff
Yeah.
and just come to one of the ITRL events. I went there. I saw the another community, and what I learned is like, if you gather people who have like the same mindset,
Yes. Yes.
who
Yes.
have the
Yes.
same passion, then you can come up with a pretty good thing.
That's where the magic
So
happens. Yeah.
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 So he gave me the support to build things.
Okay.
So 1 year back, after the event, I saw that like he went to a race. He went with 3 drones with him,
Yeah.
3 drones, and he got with one back. He was he got back with one only. So I was asking, dude, how do you just spend so much money in that? Like,
Yes,
This
yes,
is
yes.
crazy amount of money because one drone will cost around like 200 to $300. Three
Yeah.
is like 1,000. Yeah, so three is like something one
For
thousand to two
for the
hundred.
complete for the complete setup.
Yeah, so just for the drone, the headgear, the transmitter is just a constant, and the batteries are the constant. But the main thing is the drone.
So
The
all the
motor.
drones. So when you have your headsets and your wireless remotes, you
Yeah,
can use it for any drone in the market.
kind of. If they have the same receiver.
Ah, okay.
So basically, on a drone, there are two things.
Yeah.
It's a video transmitter,
Yes.
and one is the RC link. One is
Okay.
there is one receiver
Yeah.
which works on a single wire connection. It just talks through a UART. It's
Okay.
just a normal serial link. So basically there are two things. So you need a headgear in which you see the video. It just feels like a cockpit. So it's
Don't you
really
get,
fun.
it's like virtual reality, or not really?
Uh,
Don't you
no,
get
it's not. It's not a
don't,
virtual reality. You have a
don't you get
camera on the
dizzy?
phone.
Don't you get dizzy that your body's not moving but you're moving? I can't do that,
Uh,
man.
no, no, yeah. So basically, the drone has a camera, analog camera. It's
Yeah.
not a digital one also. So the
Yeah.
drone has an analog camera, and that
Old
camera.
school.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
camera, then the video feed goes to the video transmitter and just transmit it, and you just get that into the headgear.
Ah, okay. But it's not virtual reality.
No, it's reality.
One
It's
day,
not.
one day.
Yeah. So by that, and even to fly that drone, you have to sit on the simulator for like hours and hours, and like sometimes
Oh,
like yeah, the people sometimes take 2 or 3 months to just
and
get started in the simulator.
how accurate is the simulator compared to the real thing?
It is which I am using right now. It is
Yeah.
known as Veloci. It is known as Veloci drone,
Velocity.
and it's Veloci.
Okay.
Velocity drone, and it is like I will from like what I felt, it is like 90 to 95% like really accurate with the normal like actual drone.
Oh wow. So if you pass that, you should be quite comfortable not to crash and break
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Ah, okay. And is that free
So
software that I can download on my computer and just play around or not?
like it is the license, you have to buy the license.
Is it how much is it?
$16.
Okay,
Six no,
but then I can use
$16.
a generic controller.
Yeah, you can also use a generic like the Xbox 360 also with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, I'm gonna try that.
So you can try that with that. So I got like back when I asked him like, dude, like, we are going nowhere. We are just breaking parts and we are just getting nothing. We
Yeah.
can't like we can't, if we were winning the events, then like we won't have any financial issues getting the parts. But dude, this is not a very, we can't just keep spending like this. And so I asked him like, can we make a flight controller? He's like, I don't know. You can check it, but it is possible. He just
Yeah.
said it is possible. And that guy is a like, has a software background, so he didn't know about hardware. But
Okay.
I was into hardware and really, I just asked him, dude, give me a broken flight controller. I'll just try to reverse engineer it.
Yes.
So, so for the first thing I saw that it has a ST microcontroller. I'm like, what is ST microcontroller?
And then you Google it. Yeah.
So I think I Googled, I'm like, okay, this is not like, for my first thing was like, okay, this is not something like Arduino.
No.
This is way like above, like it just went above my head. The first
Yeah,
time.
it's basic microcontrollers with normal C
Yeah,
language. Arduino's made
yeah,
us a bit lazy, but anyway.
yeah. So that like happened. So then at that time I was finished with my second year of my technical education.
Yeah.
Then I got in my third year. In my third year, I learned. I had a subject called power electronics,
Yes, 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 yes.
and that got my interest. That got my
Okay,
interest.
so enjoy the power side of it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So like I learned about buck converters, different
Yeah.
kind of converters.
Filtering,
Like,
all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So like, and my headmaster was also like quite impressed. I was like impressed, like what is happening? I'm just getting everything right now. So
That's cool, man.
yeah,
That's a whole different ball game. It's thicker tracks, thicker, more power. Yeah, it's a different. Yeah.
yeah. So I learned that. Then my professor gave me a task. So
Yeah.
he wanted me. He wanted converter out of any 555 timer.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I have never used
You must,
the
you must
555
make
timer.
a converter out of the 555 timer.
You have to make a buck converter
Okay,
using
a
a
buck
555
converter.
timer.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I made that. Some I did around like five. I had around like 5 circuits on the breadboard. Two times it's just like just it just caught fire. The first two times just caught fire. The capacitor, sometimes even the capacitor. Because at that time I didn't know like we have some like rated capacitors. I didn't know that capacitors also have ratings on them. I just
Yes,
knew
yes.
like this is 20 volt. This is charge. This will charge up to 20 volt, and if I discharge it, it will just come down to 0 volts.
Yeah,
So after that, like I like learned how can I just control the flow of power. I know that. Then that like in the middle of the year, I started it. I tried to start it again. I just took it as a serious project for my final year, because I
yes.
saw because I saw my seniors that they are on the final year of their projects. I saw one guy uh, take a drone with him.
Yeah.
I asked him like, what does this drone do something specific or anything? So he said like, this is nothing. This is just a drone
Hmm.
which runs on Atmega 328. I was I
Wow.
was like I was like, hold on. Atmega 328.
It's like Arduino, I see. Yeah.
Like it was just a Arduino only.
Yeah.
There was an Arduino board on the middle of the drone.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, wow, that's something. So like, but the in the final presentation that didn't like the like teachers didn't like it, professor didn't like it, because professor well, like the drone was really simple. Because what is it? There is a gyro, there's a
Yeah.
microcontroller. The microcontroller is taking readings from the gyro and just adjusting the
PID, or the PID loop, yeah.
you are just flying it. We are just using four motors to fly an object.
Yeah.
That was it all. So the project like they didn't like take it very seriously. So they had a pretty bad impression on from the professors. So I was like, okay, I need to do something good. From that, after like the time, like I took around 6 months just to like I tried around 15 to 16 flight controllers from the market.
Yeah, yeah.
uh, because I was in the IDRL community, I asked
Yeah.
everyone like I said like, guys, I want to make a flight controller. So can I have some request? Like I asked them from I asked them the burnt hardware which they had. They were like all nay 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 nay. They're like,
Wow.
dude, they were just like, dude, you are just saying here. We have like for your information, like in India, they literally told me that before you there were many people who said that they can make a flight controller,
Yeah.
and they are just like vanished. That those people are just vanished. They are like never came up with anything.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
know, there might be something like which they can't do. There might be something. So I was like, okay, yeah, this is now a challenge for me. Then some guys took my request and gave some stuff. So I started to repair the
Yeah.
flight controllers and the electronic speed controllers. The electronic speed controllers are like in circuit wise, they are very similar to a DC to three phase converters, and the
Yeah.
flight controllers are a really simple block of elements. They have a power section. They have a MCU section. Like it is really simple if you like if you when
With
you make it.
the flight controller.
Yeah.
But the flight controller doesn't really have to have a lot of power, right? It's just the brains behind the
No, no,
operation, or
no,
not?
but you connect many peripherals from it.
Ah, okay.
The video transmitter which you connect, like it takes something like 5 volts, 1 amp, like something like that.
So the
Yeah,
flight controller does the PID, it does the
yeah, yeah,
radio,
yeah,
the video, and the frequency, the
yeah,
radio control. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So basically, like the flight controllers like does everything. You connect a video transmitter from it. You connect a serial receiver to it. You connect the camera also into that.
And then you just PWM to the ECSs.
No, no,
Or
no. So
how do you
basically,
control
so
the
it is
ECSs? Yeah.
okay. So the ASCs now, like the PWM part is like really, really old now. It is really old.
Yeah.
Now the flat controls which we use doesn't use in PWM. You cannot like sync all of the channels, right?
Yeah.
You cannot sync that. But there is a protocol known as D short.
Okay. D short.
Yeah, D short. It
Okay.
has several versions also. So D short was so a guy, like I don't know the name of that the owner's name, but
Yeah.
first introduced in BL Heli
Yeah.
ESCs.
Ah,
So
okay.
so basically you sync all of the channels like simultaneously. Okay. So it's really like advanced right now. The PIDs are like not like static. They are dynamic PIDs now.
It's not you changing the
No,
values until
no,
it works.
no. So basically, like sometimes like there are some default values which like works with any kind of ROM.
Yeah.
Then you can tweak them a little bit, but like the PIDs like just don't stay like if you enter some value, it doesn't just stay like stick to that values.
Was self-calculated.
Yeah, so basically like flat controller, like the algorithm is just really advanced. It's really advanced and super. It does RPM filtering.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it like the D-short protocol also gives you the RPM of the motors. So what
So,
that does,
yeah.
yeah. So in the drone, like we have motors like which are running around like 40,000 RPM
Yeah.
on max throttle. So it just creates a lot of vibrations. Even
Yeah.
if the props are like balanced, it just creates a lot of like vibrations. And the gyro. So what the flat controller is things like the gyro is some kind like giving some kind of like vibrations. But is your drone actually moving? No,
Ah, okay. I understand.
getting it. Your gyro is getting the vibrations and telling that flat controller like, dude, my drone is moving, but the drone is actually not moving. Just
Staying still.
vibrations. So what the RPM filtering did is it just took the motor's vibration RPM and just it has some kind of algorithm which calculates the frequency of the vibrations and it just balances out from the gyro signal.
Ah, that's clever. The D short protocol, is it owned by a company? Is it open source or does all the
I don't
drones
know
use the D short protocol?
most of them,
Most of them.
95%, 95%,
Ah, okay.
95%.
So it's not open source, but companies can probably buy it.
No, no. So the license, like the firmware, you have to buy license, but you can like do the short protocol with also. You have to like search a little bit. This is a little bit
Ah,
around that, but we can do that. It is possible. We can do that. The short is like not that issue. It just
okay.
needs some specific.
It's a communication protocol, though, like I2C or SPI or something like that.
Yeah. It is. It runs. But it needs direct memory. The short. I like when I was designing the flight controller. So
Mm-hmm.
in STM32, you need to resource hardwares. You need to resource like every pin, like which hardware will they
Yeah,
use.
yeah, yeah. You set it up, yeah.
So G short needs a DMA directly connected to a particular timer's channel. There
Okay.
should be nothing in between there. Then only that the shot will function. It needs direct memory access. So I was like, just when a guy told me about it, I was like, this is straight going over my head. I'm not getting into software. I'm just doing the hardware work. You do the software.
Yeah.
Like, also, does it make sense? Like I should, I should. I'm a hardware guy. I should do the hardware. You take the software part. It makes sense now. For example also in our stream also some like many people are asking like like many guys were asking like what they should do in the engineering they're in the starting of the engineering uh, um, curriculums, right?
Yeah.
So they were also asking you to like give suggestions about like what they can do.
Yes, yes, yes. For the new people.
Yeah, so I have been like after like these things like this is the part where I was middle of just making the flight controller. So my
Just something
college,
new to.
Yeah. So my college was having a competition. It is known as Smart India Hackathon.
Yeah, okay. Hackathon, yeah, that's worldwide, yeah.
Yeah. So Smart India Hackathon happened in my college. We made a smoke purifier. We tried, like, we didn't make. We tried to make a smoke purifier. We tried. We
Oh,
just tried, and
yeah.
our project got selected. And I actually went to an IIT, our college. Yeah. So I was never.
Was
I
that the thing
never
you
like.
presented the other day? On Instagram, you took a photo of you presenting something? Was it that?
When was that?
Like a month ago, you put a photo on Instagram about you presenting something and then you got some funding or something?
That name, no, about a month ago, it wasn't that
Ah, okay. But you did present something a while back, didn't you?
one.
Presentation.
Presentation. Oh, about that. That was a file controller actually.
Ah, okay. Because I remember something on Instagram. I will find it. There was
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. No, I remember that. It was a hall, right? It was a hall.
Yeah, you took
It
a
was a hall.
photo and
Yeah. That was a presentation hall of our. It was just tremendous day for me that day. I
was it for
got
a flight
like,
controller?
yeah, I was like, I proposed the idea. I proposed the idea of the flight controller.
The one you
Uh,
made, the recent one.
yeah, that was my second presentation. Presentation didn't go well. Neither my second. What happened? Uh, my team research and other professors who are into this program of research and development. So they got like what I was trying to do,
Yeah.
but they didn't. But this in feedback they said that we are not getting that motivation which you have to make this thing.
Oh,
But
wow.
they were just straightforward with me. So but they said that this is the first time in our college, like the thing which I proposed, like making a PCB, like they didn't know about hardware, right?
Yeah.
They're like just this guy wants to do something. Never in my college has something proposed like that. They literally said in their college I was the first guy to propose something like that, for a research program for certain thing.
Oh,
So they were
wow.
like, okay. So they were like, okay, you do what you are proposing. The money is not that much for us. We need to support you. We want to support you. They were like that. They're like, we will just support you. The hardware works out or not, that doesn't matter.
Yes,
But
yes,
just keep
yes.
it. But just keep it up the, because what happened? Let's just come to the SIH thing first. Then you will get this thing. So in SIH, we went to a IIT. The one of the I went to IIT Roorkee.
You went to what?
Roorkee, IIT Roorkee. Roorkee is a place in Uttarakhand in India.
Okay.
So it is one of the like very large college. You will just
Oh,
it is
wow.
less like the college is like a city. The college is
Yeah.
like a city. So I went to the college. Uh, it was a 5 day program. In the
Yeah.
5 days, I slept 2 or 3 hours a day. It
Wow.
was that amount of pressure on us to make the final hardware. We didn't make it out. We didn't make it, but I learned that in IITs also there are many resources which like people like us can use, in this community
Okay.
can use. But in IITs, when they have admissions, most of the students are just academic, like they are just crazy on academics. They
And
have
not
like
practical.
no.
Yeah, that's what I heard a lot lately as well, is that the schools are going more academic and the practical side of things are missing. So I don't know how true that is. So,
Yeah, because every theory has a practical side of it, and
okay.
they have literally zero. Like on my experience, there was like no one using those resources. Literally
Oh,
zero.
so the resources are available, but they aren't being used. Wow,
So,
okay.
so after getting like I got into my institute, like we shared the experiences from the IIT.
Hmm.
My institute. So my institute asked me if you are like moving with another project. I was like, okay, this is my another project. I'm alone in this one.
Ah,
So I proposed the flight controller, and my
yes.
teachers just wanted to support me. So they agreed for the funding. I got
Oh,
the
wow.
funds. I on the another just next day after that I just ordered the PC. I ordered the PC. Yeah. So basically, I was working like on the flight control for around a
A
year now.
year.
Yeah. And like for designing the PCB, it took me around 3 months. I started with Altium. My first
Yeah.
email was Altium.
And
It was a
then you
bad
went to
one.
KitKat or Eagle.
I just like when I got into like I had to make I need to make a PCB. I first
Yeah.
went to my dad. Why I went to my
You
dad.
went to your dad.
Dad. Yeah, yeah.
Is he an engineer?
No,
Ah, okay, okay.
he used to work in a PCB factory though.
Oh, wow. So he knows about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Is he
So
not working there anymore?
no, like he was doing diploma at that time.
Ah, okay,
It
okay,
was
okay.
also a degree. So he was doing diploma. So at that time, it was in 90s, somewhere around like
Oh,
90
wow.
to 2000. Between that, he was working. Like he just got out of his college and got the job. Then after some years of experience, he applied in railways and he got the job, government job, which is basically good. It's just good.
Okay.
So I went to him. He said that like you need to first make he taught me like how the PCBs were made. In that time, they had like a screen which is like printed on the PCB. You don't like go on a computer and
Ah, yeah.
in the schematic then do no. There was like you make the schematic on the paper, then you make the traces on the paper manually.
Yeah. For the
This
plotter.
is crazy. Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, we are very lucky now. Everything's so quick and easy.
Yeah. So he taught me about the PCB. Then I was like, okay. Okay, now I need to get a software which in which I can design the PCB.
Okay.
I just simply went on the Google. I was just
Best
like,
PCB program.
simple as that. Simple as that. Into the net and this time like best PCB designing software. So first, so there it was Quora or something. There was a list. In that first was the Altium.
Yeah.
And at that time, I don't think that Eagle was bought by Autodesk also.
Oh, not yet. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now Eagle like Autodesk had bought like Eagle, but at like that time when I was searching Eagle was a separate thing. It was like KiCad.
Oh, wow. I've
Uh,
never used Eagle before.
hmm. So like I tried to like I then I searched like I went to Altium and like I saw the price. I was like shocked. Like no, can't do this. So I tried. The first thing you see the audio like oh this is like some
What Altium was it? What version?
it was like something 20 or something 20
20.
something.
Oh, that's quite recent then. Yeah.
It was like this was like uh 8 9 years 8 to 9 months back before.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Because I started Altium in 2017, and then in 2019 they actually went to a 64-bit.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the
yeah,
old Altium was 32-bit, and it was actually the new one is amazing,
yeah.
smooth, fast, everything.
Yeah. Oh, that my time it was just lagging like hell. Wasn't that pleasant experience. So I was like, okay, this is like I went to YouTube. I was like, okay, then I now I need to learn like how to design the PCB. I just
Yeah.
went to like type like audio tutorials. I didn't like literally didn't understand a thing.
No, but that's the beginning is always like that. Yeah.
Yeah, first thing because I had no like this help like resources to like get help around and know
Yeah. It's
let's just then I tried to list the programs, the software programs. So like how easy is it is like for the beginners. So in that, the first which came was Easy EDA.
is what Eagle.
Easy EDA, Easy EDA.
Oh, with JL PCB, they've got the easy EDA, right?
Yeah. So I designed a like normal, just a normal random board, not even a blinky circuit, just a random, just a random board. Like if I can do or something, then I was like okay. Then I needed some like specific things,
Yeah.
which I could- because when I was learning that in the process of that, I like understand it like what is multi-layer PCBs. So
Yes.
I knew that. Then I moved from. Easy EDA to Eagle.
Yeah.
So now when I went to Eagle, there were a lot of videos on Eagle. So basically, Eagle, I just went on like, okay, Eagle is easy, and you must have. Then you haven't used it, Eagle, right? I
I've
haven't
never
used.
used Eagle before, no.
Uh, so
So
what?
I've only used Altium and KiCad, and then some old school
I also,
pads.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. So like I also like there was a time when I was like when I made around like five or six iterations on my flight controller board.
yes, yes,
There was the first board, then I was like, okay, no, like we can't stick to the first design of right. We can't. First design was my just like okay, I have made that now I will try to refine the design of the board.
yeah.
Uh, I learned like I just tried to find out like I went to Robert Faranik's channel.
Robot what?
Robert Faranik, Federal Academy.
It's where you get taught how to do robots or what?
No, no, no. Robert Faranik is a guy from Germany. He makes motherboards.
Oh, is that a YouTube guy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm a search.
Federal
Okay.
Academy. His channel's name is something Federal Academy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna send a link on Discord.
Yeah, yeah. So like he's just insane about he just have insane knowledge about like PCB currents and really good like really good. So I watched his videos and I switched to KiCad.
Okay. Okay, okay, okay.
So, but like in comparison to Eagle, KiCad is like at that time KiCad was at development stage. Like there were not that much of functions which are like now. It
Yeah.
was in that. So I just moved back to Eagle. I also got like in that time also one guy was there. His name was Lyle. He was
Sorry,
from
what?
Bangalore. Lyle. His name was
Yeah.
Lyle Rodriguez.
Okay.
He's also a guy from India. He
Mm-hmm.
uh, he was a he was working under a program which is an NGO in India.
Yeah.
And that program was so I think Cisco started it.
Okay.
Cisco. So we were in a project from Cisco's and Cisco and the NGO were funding us. That guy taught me how to use the Eagle properly. Okay. Then from that I my final like the current revision of my flight controller board. This is the 25th revision.
25th
Yes.
of your current file controller board. Okay, so there you were. What happened between 1 and 25? Did
Yeah.
you add stuff? Did you blow up stuff?
No, no,
25.
I
Did
didn't.
you add features?
But I didn't any PCBs. This is my first PCB, and it just
So,
works.
so you've only made one PCB in your life, and that is this drone PCB.
Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty amazing. But 25 times.
yeah.
That's expensive hobby, pal.
No, 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 no. I didn't order the PCBs. I just made them in
Uh,
the program.
okay, okay. I thought you ordered it 25 times.
No, 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 no. I can't afford
Wow.
that. So, people at that time also like when I said like guys, I need some like help
Yeah.
funding wise to just make this one. The college was my the college was the last one to respond at that time. Then I ordered, but at that time also like I didn't got any support. But I just like my first PCB was a two-layer board.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, top and bottom, yeah.
Yeah, top and bottom. So in the two-layer board, I was not able to draw the pins up to the end of the board because my board was like the microcontroller was surrounded by the buck converters and other elements,
Yes, yes.
the gyro and etc. So I wasn't able to design the power pins also weren't that good. I was like thinking literally like if I like try to draw 2 or 3 amps to a particular trace, it will just burn out. It was that bad.
Ah,
So I was like I was not comfortable with my design.
yes, yes.
At that time it was taking me something like 5 to 6 hours or a day just to make the schematics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So and the schematics also like looking very familiar. Like if you now what we do now, we just make a extension to the IC. Like we just draw a net and just label it. Now I
Yes,
was
yes.
like, I was actually like taking points and just connecting.
You're taking the lines and putting all over the place. And then they cross and they look like a spider web.
And that time I
Uh,
also, and that time at that time, like I haven't like seen a schematic of someone else like who's into like this professional.
yes.
So I just like I was searching for like if I can like do some pretty things in the in the schematic. I found that there was a frame in the in the Eagle Cat's library. So I
Yeah.
just finished the frame and I started to label everything. Then it was looking okay. This is looking good. I was like,
Looks
I
looks
posted it.
much better.
I was like, okay, now I'm proud of myself. So I was like,
Yeah.
nice.
But
So I,
it's a learning process.
yeah,
It is. I actually thought you said 25 times audit, but I understand what you mean now. So you just relooked,
I,
improved,
yeah,
improved, improved.
you look into it, yeah. Because like when I posted the skill, one of my like it was the 19th or 20th revision.
Yeah.
So I posted it on a channel where like where are there are many people from all over the world, and they are into drones only. They looked and see and they said that this looks quite professional. I'm like, okay, what do you mean by professional? He's like,
Yeah.
you don't know what a professional schematic looks like. He showed me a guy's schematic. I'm like, okay, this looks quite similar now. So I'm like,
Ah,
okay, now I can like because I had nothing to compare with. Like, where am I
yeah.
going? I had no idea. So I
But
needed to have some kind of benchmark or something so
you
that I
must
can.
have a look on development boards. So like Microchip and at Mal, they all have development boards, and they give the schematic and for free as well. So you
I
see how
agree.
they do it as well. You can it's a good understanding how to make it look nice.
Yeah,
So
but I haven't like I didn't know about that also.
no, of course not. But yeah, for anyone listening, so just go dev boards because when they create a dev board, they give you everything because then if you use the dev board, they get money. If you use the IC, they get money.
At that
So
time, I didn't also knew that STM32 were giving ST microelectronics were giving the reference boards or reference designs. Like
yeah.
at that time, I just took a flight controller. I put my multimeter in the continuity mode, and you know now where it goes. Where am I going? You know now. I took every pin. Where is it going? Where is it going? Where is it going?
Oh, beep, 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 beep. Oh, no, man. But now you know, you won't do that again.
Now I like never going to do that again. So from that, like I found like I was just keep searching on like is there any reference designs? I got like Google. I saw Google Image had a FC schematics. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
this is good. I can copy that one. First thing in my mind came out. I can
you
copy that
copy.
one.
Yeah, I still copy
I was,
circuits.
it was a flight control, but I wasn't sure like if it would work if it would work or something. I didn't know about. I can't like rely on
So,
that.
so a bit more about your flight controller. So you've got your microcontroller, which is the STM arm, and then what other peripherals do you have on there?
So some other things which I added, I like first of all like which the flight controls which I have like. Can you see this board?
Yeah, yeah.
These are
Yes.
all flight controllers which we bond which I have like collect like.
Collected throughout the years.
No, this is just 7 months.
7 months. Where is it? All the joints you have crashed or what?
Yeah, no, not me specifically, but also
Do you walk around waiting for someone to crash and then take their flight controller?
no, people just sent me like when I wanted to learn about like how does it work. So in
Yeah.
order to learn that, I started to repair things.
Uh,
So I
so
asked that because no one at that time was repairing flight controllers or something.
yes, yes.
So I was like, okay, let's just give a chance if I can repair
So
it.
what's the common stuff that will break on a flight controller? So
So the microcontroller was like a rare thing to break.
yeah, what is the
Uh,
most common thing? So when you say you're repairing a microcontroller
the
or
LDO
flight
and the
controller,
regulators.
sorry,
The LDOs and the 5 volt regulators.
they are the ones that go first normally. Okay.
They are like because what happened because see they have buck converters and like
Yeah.
I literally have no schematics like. If you even if you like to try to find the IC, you will only find them on Alibaba or Banggood.
Yeah, because it's cheap.
Cheap and Chinese made,
Yeah.
Chinese design set.
And
They
how's
have
this in the case in India now with China is fine now? So you guys can get stuff from China?
now sometimes not.
Oh shit, okay.
It's kind of like just something. So we are having problems now.
Yeah, that's fine. Then you can do it yourself. That's fine.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, okay, fine. Now, like I knew about stuff that what I need to do better, and there
Hmm.
was also a thing. I saw many people making like drones autonomous. So in an autonomous drone, you have like sometimes you have multiple GPS, not just single one. You have like two or three GPS, two or three gyros, one or two magnetometers on the same board,
Oh wow.
just for redundancy.
So you only use one, right? So
At
I
that time, they only use one, but there are like they to just like if you it is like remember like in physics labs when you are taking readings, you take a lot of readings, then you
no,
average.
I understand the redundancy, but like so you got three. How many gyros do you have? Three.
On my board, there is actually no space to put three gyros, but
No, but you're speaking about yeah, yeah. Redundancy. So yeah. Sorry,
yeah,
Garrett.
yeah. So in some flight controls, there like there are no like there is one company who makes like for example Holybro, which is also a Chinese company,
Yeah.
but they just make super good flight controller boards. They are so good. There is I have a senior, which is who is in another college, and he's working in the DR. We working with DRDO.
Okay.
DRDO is Defense and Research Program of our country. So he told me that what they do is they take the hardware, use the open source code which is running on the hardware, then they make their own firmware and hardware according to that only, which is
Oh
like
wow.
so you see like they take reference from the Chinese designs. That's how reliable. So I was like, okay, and those flight controls are super expensive, but like,
Yeah.
well, like you can't like if they are like the most famous one in the most famous one in India is it is known as Adu Pilot.
Yeah.
It is this big.
So what
This
makes
big.
a flight controller good?
Um,
The response time or
no, it's not response time. It's the reliability. Now the question is how reliable it is. Like, would you want?
reliable in a way that it crashes and you lose it, or reliability in handling the voltages, handling the currents?
No. It is not that. It is just a question. Will you like to use the flight controller on your $2,000 drone?
Yeah. Okay.
So basically, Ardu Pilot has a really long history with drones. Ardu Pilot like that firmware is like it has been developed. Microsoft also supported the
Oh.
development.
Okay.
Microsoft also have been supporting that firmware. So it is kind of like a base. Like Ardu Pilot just the name. But in the back end, the firmware is the firmware's name is Pix 4. You can,
Okay.
and that is also open source. The whole the hardware which is like Pix 4 is an open source project, okay, for
Hmm.
drones, and the hardware also is open source for them.
Okay.
But but when I went to their GitHub and saw the schematics, the schematics is like they are not understandable at all.
Just copy paste, make it yourself. Yeah.
No, but like seriously, I don't know like if you can see the schematics and understand them, but like schematics are like a picture of the designers also. So that's what I think, because if I have designed something, there is very less chance that someone else will also understand that one. There's
Yeah.
a sense. So since the Chinese people have made that one, so sometimes like many of the designs I was not able to understand that one, so I just left it there. I was like, okay, I am not gonna follow this one. Then I met a guy who's from India and he's doing masters.
Okay.
He had he had a patent. He had a patent on a ECG machine.
ECG, what's that?
ECG machine. It was that you check the your heart's condition from that
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
ECG. So on 2000 in 2018, he had patented that ECG machine,
Mm-hmm.
and that machine was running on a F3. The F3
STM,
is
yeah.
all the F3 version of the ST microelectronics lineup.
Okay.
So he told me like he taught me like how to move on with the reference designs. They have a reference design. You have to read the whole schema, the whole data sheet. They have everything on the data sheet. He taught me. Then I downloaded the data sheet. That
Yes.
like took a month or something to understand that.
Oh, wow.
It was like little. So the data sheet was like in the stuff which I learned in the data sheet were like some of the stuff were matching from my academics also.
Yeah.
I had some subjects where it was matching, so I understood that. Then I started to make the PCBs from there.
Okay.
There, uh, an idea came into my mind that if I need to do something in India, then it needs to be something special. Else why would you buy it? That's a simple
Yeah.
thing, right? India is also getting stocks of different flight controls, but why should like someone will buy mine?
Yeah. It's a good point.
So, huh. So I was like, okay, I will do one thing. I will get support from Pix, from Betaflight, like whatever hardware is running, like people use, whatever software which people use, I
Yeah.
will make that software compatible with just one board, which is
For all the
which is
software.
yeah, for all the softwares. I'll
Oh,
just make
wow.
one board which will support all.
And that
So
doesn't exist now?
there is only one company company's board which is just like it, that is also Holy Bro,
Yeah.
but Chinese company have like made one board which does that. So I designed a board. Basically, as all STM32 boards are like I noticed at the last moment I knew that I came to know it came just to notice in like in my notice that all of the boards are just the same, like copy paste of each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I've noticed it as well, trying to look because trying to build my own.
Yeah. So everything is basically like just like a mirror copy of
Yeah.
some else work. So I was like, okay, I will just try to get the support for each of the softwares in that particular board, because the board which I am making, it will be in between $30 to $40, and that is like
Is that cheap or what?
uh,
For
in, in
for flight controller.
flight. See, the flight controllers which are used on like $2,000 drone or something
$2,000 drone.
come around 100 to 2, no, not 100.
Why will a
Those
drone be 2,000? What makes it so special? Fiber or
they have like super, like they have, first of all, they have super range like capabilities.
so with your racing, because you race as well the drones, right? So is it like does everyone have the same level of drone, or do some people have better drones than other?
No, no,
Because
so
is
basically
it
like
like Formula One where the car is just so much better and it doesn't matter what driver you put there, they're going to win? Or is it a bit,
it's like in drone racing it is very similar, like it is very like that, it is very similar like that.
so it's
The
like
drone
someone has a Mercedes and they're going to win the race?
was like, yeah, no, the drones are not like all the drones are same basically on the
Okay.
hardware level, they are same. It is like very like like it is very skill wise, like the difference is the skill, that's all.
So the skill plays a big role. Okay.
By skills you win the races.
So you can't pay to win. So you can't have the best drone, and that drone is just so much autopilot and speed control. Okay.
When you are moving at the one when you are moving around like 150 miles per hour, you can't like do we can't like rely on the software.
You're moving 150 miles an hour.
Yeah, the max speed like goes around like now, like which I have like tested, the speed was 280 kilometers per hour on my latest drone.
Wow, that is fast.
That
And the
is fast.
range?
Range, range. I have. I'm also working on a transmitter module. So
Yeah,
the range, there is a company's name, Team Black Ship.
yeah.
Though that company makes drone products, and they have a transmitter and a receiver module. There's a small receiver, and there is a module which plugs on the back of your transmitter. Just a second, I'll just show you something. Just a second.
Wow, he's gone.
So see,
Oh, wow.
this is my controller, right?
Yes, yes. I
And
just saw I saw someone rated us on Twitch.
yeah,
Thanks, bro. There's a lot of people watching now. No pressure on you.
so this is the port where I connect my long range module. The
Yeah.
transmitter works in here. This is also a transmitter, but the range is like 100 to 200 meters only.
Okay.
If you want to do a long range, you put that module here. There are many modules in the market, but
Yeah.
the team Blackship's module, it works on 900 megahertz, and it has a power, it has a output power of like yeah, it has an output power of 2 watts.
Wow. Wow.
So you can do like, you can go like, they have a tested range of 100 kilometers.
And what's the acceleration? So max speed is 280. How fast? What's the acceleration? Do you know?
Acceleration,
How fast 0 to 100?
I didn't get you.
How fast can you go from 0 to 100
Oh, you can just instant, like it is just instant. If you see, if you are
So you don't know
doing,
the time. Like the Tesla is like 2 seconds from 0 to 100. How fast is the drone?
oh, it is not just 2 seconds. It is under 1 second.
Yeah, well, that's quick.
Under 1 second. It is under
0
1 second.
to 100 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, for reference, the motors which we use, they consume 1 kilowatt power,
Yeah, okay, that's
and
a
they
lot.
are just this size, and they are just this size.
Sure.
Those are quite like, they are like super powerful motors.
But the G-force on that, wow.
G-force, like the drone, I have. Okay, wait. I have the drone with me. Yes, this is the drone. This is the drone. I am running my flight controller on this. I have
Yeah.
tested like 8 batteries on this. So this is just around like 290 grams. This is 290 grams without battery, and with battery it goes up to 500. No, my battery is 220 grams. So yeah, around 520 grams. This with battery is 520 grams, and each
Wow.
motor can produce up to 1.8 kgs of thrust. Each
Okay.
motor, but the flight time is very less. It is like, if I keep busting around like in the full speed, the battery lasts around like 2 to 3 minutes, and if I like if I don't jump on the throttle very much, it lasts me around 4 to 5 minutes.
Okay, so it's quick. How long does a race last? Your normal drone race?
No, yeah, how?
The racing you do for drones, because you race drones. How long is the race normally? How many laps, or how does it work?
So we have to do 3 laps,
Yeah.
and like in our like at the skill level which I am right now, we finished 3 laps in around 120 seconds.
Wow.
120 seconds to 140 seconds, depending on the track, how
And
technical
the,
track.
and the course, you fly through stuff, through gaps, through hoops, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have like 5 by 5 gates, 5 feet by 5 feet gates.
and you must try to fly through it.
Yeah, yeah. We
And
have
what
like
happens if you crash into someone?
we have rules for that also. So
Oh,
we have a race pit area, which
yeah.
is like which is away from the track, and there's a very big net in front of you. There's a very big net.
Okay.
Safety. So for safety is like always first thing.
But I mean, when you're flying and you crash into your opponent, can you do that?
Okay, yeah, yeah. It happens in the in norm in final races, like in the final times also. Uh, when you are that like level of skill, you can. I have seen pilots actually like doing mid-air crashes with other drones.
On
just like
purpose.
other than that, just and this is just like do it like just
They, they,
crazy.
they should start robot wars for drones. You remember that old robot wars program where they build the
Yeah,
robot?
I have
They
seen
should do
the
it for drones, yeah. Put
robo
some
was
flamethrowers and stuff on it.
the robo that the robots which like those their weights is like around 30 to 60 kgs, right?
Yeah. But now
Yeah,
you must do it for drones, add some chainsaws, some flamethrowers on the drones, start shooting other drones. It'll be fun.
no, but in the robo, I have some teams in my state also who
Yeah?
are robo wars. They have also beaten like Russia or some other countries in the war. I saw their bot when the weapon started moving. I was like, okay, I need to go for somewhere else. I'm just moving away from that.
Yeah. It's crazy the amount of power.
Yeah, it was like they have like crazy amount of power. So,
Yeah.
but like the robo was like more expensive than drones. Like
Oh, way more expensive. Yeah, I think so. It's more equipment, more metal, more, yeah, everything, components.
CNC and all. So it
And the
was
future, are you going to try to become a professional drone racer or not?
no. I'm but like for professionally, I want to like do hardware design.
Hardware design. So you're going to go in that direction. Hardware design for drones.
Like yeah, so I am working on a startup company right now.
Yeah.
So this company have like already have been registered.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
But the thing is like since it is just a startup,
Doesn't
so
matter.
yeah, so with this is just my hobby side of with drones. This is just my
Yeah.
hobby side. So in but professionally, what I'm like trying to achieve is there is something called mapping and surveying. You must have heard of
With drones, like capturing the. Yeah, okay, I understand.
it.
Yeah.
Capturing the images and stitching them
Hmm?
so that we can make a 3D map.
Oh, wow.
And when you measure objects in that 3D map, the measurement will be like somewhere in the centimeter accuracy with the actual objects.
Whoa. What do you use then? Just a normal, what equipment do you use to do that? It can't be just a normal camera, can it?
No,
Camera
the
plus distance measurement?
camera, like the camera is the main thing in that. Cameras are like super expensive.
Oh, wow.
The,
So
the
what is your startup going to do with that?
what?
What's your plan for your startup? So what is your
So
idea for your startup?
so in India
Yeah.
there are already some companies who make drones to like they make drones which can do 3D mapping.
Okay.
But but when you see the specifications of those drones, they won't. You must have heard of DJI.
Sorry, VGI.
DJI, yeah, DJI drones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So DJI drones were not made for like wedding photography or like for something
Sorry,
like that.
just explain to the people watching what a DJI drone is.
Yeah, many in India, many people like, or I think,
No, but I mean, explain to the people. There's people who watch who doesn't know what DJI drones are. Can you explain to them what it is?
so basically, DJI is a Chinese-based company
Yeah.
who makes drones for specific uses. The uses might be from agriculture to industrial. In industrial, the drones are used, like for example, they are used for surveying the power lines,
Okay.
the grid lines, and sometimes also like if you have a gas pipeline going on or a road construction going on, if you want to do a survey of some kind of structure, then
Okay.
mapping drones come into play. But when
Okay.
we are into agricultural drones, those drones are specifically made to carry heavy lifts because what agricultural drones do, they take different types of sprinkler. Because see, if you have a very large crop field, and you want to spray something like fertilizer, maybe pesticide or a fertilizer, you can't like you have like in the old days what people used to do, they literally fly a plane over the field at a
Yeah.
very low height. At a very low height they used to, but that is not like that is expensive and also time consuming, as you know.
Yes.
So DJI basically made a drone, and those are like very big, like it is double sized bed something, that size.
Wow.
Yeah, the propeller, the size of the propeller which
So
is
it's like a
installed,
quadcopter.
they are not like quadcopter is like quad means four
Yeah.
motors on that drone. They are like heavy lifting drones are like or in the majority cases, they are hexacopters or
Okay.
octacopters.
Oh wow.
And each the diameter and the diameter of each propeller is around like 25 inches to 30 inches.
Wow. That's big.
That's big
In
because
India, do you guys use inches or metric?
India in the we use metric.
Metric. Okay, because you meant inches and you meant feet.
No, so in India, like it is just like our culture. We have a very like large, like we have very dense, we have very
Yeah.
dense culture, and we are also using like we are like in between.
Yeah,
We
because
also
you said miles per hour as well, so it's like,
yeah, yeah. So
and then after
we also
times by 1.6.
yeah, yeah. We also use metric. We also use imperial.
Okay. But at school you use metric.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is this mix. Like sometimes the metric way is easier to explain something. Sometimes is the imperial way is easier to explain something.
Ah,
So yeah.
okay.
So coming to DJI. So DJI made drones according to specific needs, and they have a quite a like range for different application. They have made drones for different applications,
Okay.
which I explained just now. So the price point of those drones are really really good if we compare to the drones which are available in India for these applications.
Oh,
Spec they are spec wise good also, and they are like application wise they are also like DJI is like far better.
okay.
So for example, the drone there's a company named Idea Forge in our country. This is one of the companies. So I have like went to their sites, and I've seen like what hardware they are making. It is like super expensive. If I tell you in Indian rupees, it is 14 lakhs.
How much dollars is that? Euros?
Okay, in 14 lakhs, like I need to convert. Yeah, hold on just a second. It is $19,000.
Wow. That's a lot.
It is just on a drone,
That is a lot.
and a DJI drone, which is somewhere around like 2 lakhs, is around $1,600 or something nearby.
Oh, it's a lot of money, eh?
But like DJI drones, like if you are specifically doing mapping, 3D mapping, the $2,000 DJI drone is like perfectly fine for that.
Okay. So this is what your startup wants to do. Start doing.
So there's also when you are stitching the images together to make the 3D map. So what you do, you take images from different coordinates, and the
Yeah.
coordinates you get from the GPS and gets attached to the image, and you take the images and you stitch them according to the coordinates. Where you
Okay.
find the overlap, you just stitch the image there.
Oh wow.
So we are also working on a software that will do that. So basically,
Oh,
you don't need a controller. We
that's
are trying to
crazy.
make that. Yeah. So we are just our concept is that you just need a computer
Mm-hmm.
and a drone. That's all you need to fly it.
Oh,
You don't need a controller. You just keep your computer in front of yourself. You just deploy your drone from that. The drone takes images. It sends you back to the computer, and and again the software does the image stitching for you.
oh, so it's not done hardware on the drone.
Uh,
That's
DJI is doing the so our end goal is that. So I'm trying. I'm seeing there. I have seen like at this point of time,
hmm
uh, we are still on the prototype stage.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
yeah, we so we have done testing, and we showed some people, and they are also like they are already like willing to fund the project.
Oh wow, like Kickstarter type of thing.
Yeah, yeah. So they are willing to spend something somewhere around like $15,000 to around 40, somewhere around that. They're already willing to spend in the company.
Wow.
So we were I and my one of my friends thought that why should we like take the funding now. Let's just make it a product first, then we can get better funding,
Oh, yeah.
because we have to make like business plans.
Yeah, that's different.
That's like I was talking to one of my colleagues. He said that
Yes.
so he just gave me an example like how we are planning the business plan.
Yes,
So
yes.
he just explained me like that. You know Netflix? Okay, I said yes. He's like okay. So when Netflix started, uh, what he did, he didn't try to make revenue.
Okay.
They tried to make customers.
Yeah.
So he showed me a plot where there was the revenue model of the Netflix. So
Mm-hmm.
in the first 4 to 5 years, they were having losses only.
Yeah,
After
yeah.
after that, when they got customers, the profit was like just opposite. Just profit just went opposite. The way they were losing it, they were having losses. Excuse me. So it recovered in like 3 or 4 years only.
That takes a
It,
while. Yeah. That's
so
why.
we are also on that one. Like it has, so my plan was that to make that this is one of the PCBs which I like.
Yes, 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 yes.
Uh, this is
That
the same
starts
one.
small.
Yeah. So my plan was that like okay, just make everything inside India,
Yeah.
make everything inside India, and just
So you made your PCBs?
I designed them, but like I ordered
No,
from jail.
no, from jail.
Yeah, from
Ah,
jail.
okay, okay.
I saw there are some companies in India who make PCBs, but
Like Power PCB or something like that?
PCB power, yeah, PCB power, PCB power.
Okay.
So, but there are also other companies that besides like PCB power, we have options. But when you are doing prototyping, uh,
Yes.
so the affordability is not like that good when you're prototyping. But for example, I got this. I got 4 layer PCBs, like 5 pieces of 4 layer PCBs in the like at the half price, including
Yeah.
the custom charges and all.
Oh, wow.
Compared to that. But when I compare the prices, like when I'm ordering in bulk,
Yeah, it's a big
in
difference.
size, there's like a whole lot of difference.
It's a
Whole lot.
massive difference.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So
why proto is never cheap. It's because
yeah,
a small quantity for the manufacturer, things like that. So
hmm.
you need to make your money in big production.
Big production. Yeah. So
I've
yeah,
got some questions here from someone, a
yeah,
couple of
yeah, sure.
questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Speaking about the robot operating system, do you use
Uh,
that for the drone or not? He says he thought you were using the robot operating system.
okay, yeah, ROS, robotic operating system.
Are you using that or not?
No, 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 we are not using that. See, why we are see RTOS, sorry,
Yeah.
ROS. What I like, I'm not a software. I'm actually not the right guy to like answer this.
Ask
But
it.
still, like I have like some experiences like with this one. So my thoughts on this is that ROS, like from what I have heard, uh, runs on Raspberry Pi, right?
Yeah, yeah. But can you do a drone with it or not?
No, Raspberry Pi has a like whole different like Raspberry Pi is a separate like it is just a whole computer.
Yeah, yeah.
So in order to use different kinds of peripherals with Raspberry Pi, what you need to do, suppose you if you are attaching an analog peripheral with Raspberry Pi, you need ADCs.
Yeah. And
You need
yeah,
ADCs, and if you are attaching something, some other thing or some other thing, you need different kinds of module. So on drones, you need things to be as compact as possible and as light as possible. Like because when you are calculating the flight time, you take each gram into consideration.
Graham, is it that accurate?
Yeah, it is like that. Like each gram you have to take in consideration. So
Wow.
that's why. And also ROS is not good for drones because, as I said, like hardware and weight wise, and there are like very less things which are like available on ROS, but rather there is a like I said, there is a firmware known as Pix4.
Yeah.
Pix4, it has been like it is like it is been it's been there for like quite a like lot of years for now. So it is like a benchmark for a software like in the drone community.
Wow, nice. That is so cool.
ROS can be used, but
It's
when
not
you
ideal.
yeah, but like, it's not an ideal. ROS can be used, but it is not an ideal.
Uh, how many members in one team to design a drone? Are you do it yourself or is it different members?
It depends.
On
See,
what?
see, okay. So it takes me 20 minutes to 30 minutes to build this
Yeah.
from, from bottom to top.
Okay, it's
Like,
not too long.
yeah, because I have already built around 20 to 25 of these, so I have like
Wow, some experience.
yeah. So like I have made so many that I can just make them very fast. And on the first time, it will obviously someone will take 3 or 4 hours to build this one. But this is a small one. This is a small one.
Yeah.
But, but when like which I will show. I will upload a video on the Discord. I was testing a like very large one. It was like it was having 12-inch propellers on that. So it was
Wow.
like quite a big drone. So
Yeah.
just to assemble the frame, it took me alone it took me alone around 2 hours just to put put the frame in one piece.
Wow.
So this is just a simple, like very simple. They are like, because see, the more parts the drone will have, there is more chances of something. If something goes loose, there are more chances of getting vibrations. So
Okay.
you want your drone to as rigid as possible. So in big drones, they have different kinds of like stuff to
Yeah.
just
You don't
keep
want
it.
it bending. Yeah.
So everything is made of carbon fiber, and so it depends. Like in any drone, you can assemble like alone. You can assemble. It will just take time. That's it.
And in your competitions, how many people are on a team for drone flight, or is it a single man sport? Or is it a team
It can
sport?
be. Yeah, I have seen people coming there. There was a time. Just for example, the guy whose name is Jestesh Devta, when he went on his first ITRL event.
Yeah.
Okay, so when he was building the drone, just to solder the ESC wires, like one wire, one guy was holding the solder wire, one guy was holding the iron, one guy was holding the PCB.
So there's 3 for 1 people. Like how many engineers it take to change a light bulb there?
No, so but like when you get experienced, and there was also a time. There's a team of like around 8 people came. We were thinking like, okay, 8 people are there. At least 2 or 3 people will get in the competition and fly with us.
Yeah.
There was just only one guy flying with us. All 7 members were like the pit crew. In my event, I was like there were no pit crews. We went with 4 people. All
Yeah.
of all of us like were flying. We went four. All of the 4 people were flying.
Wow.
So
I've got an interesting question. Yes. Can you? I don't know if you see the screen. Can
real time cloud based like Firebase. Yes, it can be controlled.
have you
Can
seen
be
it?
controlled.
Is
Yeah.
it fast enough?
Okay, so that is also a question because see, okay, I will just take an example of a DJI
Yeah.
drone to explain this one. When you do some kind of operation on the DJI drone, suppose you have the DJI controller, you do some kind of you command some kind of movement. So when you command the movement, and the time it takes to drone the time it takes the drone to react with that command, it is around 500 milliseconds, like half of a second.
That's quite slow.
That's quite slow. In my drone, this one, it takes around 20 milliseconds to respond.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So and when you Do that with cloud, it will become something like 2 to 3 seconds.
Yeah, so it's
So that cloud database, if you do that, you can't use these drones. You can't do this with these drones. But
but
if you are doing,
there are drones you can use.
yeah, so if you are doing something like a surveillance drone,
Yeah.
you can do with that.
Okay. It's not racing. It's more for
Because
okay.
they are very slow, they are just built for endurance, they are just built for like flight time, that's it. They don't need to go fast or something. You just need to acquire, you just need to get data from those drones, so you
Yeah.
can use the cloud database like Firebase. But that will also make the drone very complicated to use. If something bad happens, it will be like it will be very difficult to debug that one also.
Yeah, but can you have autopilot though? Doesn't most drones have autopilot or not really?
mm,
Yeah.
they are not
The
fully
commercial
autopilot.
ones, yeah, I guess.
Commercial, not even the commercial ones are like fully autopilot. Can you
Oh,
imagine? So see why they are like semi-autonomous. Like I also prefer semi-autonomous because if something bad happens and that falls on some guy, just imagine what will happen to that.
yeah, yeah.
If
So
even if this one falls to some person, it will just do serious damage. And this is just 500 grams. Those drones are like 3 to 4 kgs alone.
wow.
And even like 10 feet above, if they are like 10 feet above, like they will just
Yeah.
crush anybody's head directly. So what we do is we always have a fail-safe mechanism.
Yeah. So it comes home, right? So if you lose connection, it comes home automatically.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's automatic. That's autopilot.
No, you that's the thing which you set. Actually,
Ah.
you define those things.
So it's not really, really autopilot. So you can't say go there and it will start moving.
You
That
So what you do is
mhm.
like, for example, when you are planning a mission for a drone, for
Yes.
example, you have a surveying project somewhere, okay, and you need to survey certain points on that
Mhm.
area. So what we do, we open our GUI, or
Yeah.
the every drone operating system has a GUI. So we go to the GUI, we connect our drones to that. Like it is just like a Google map. The Google
Yeah.
map you will open, you will draw the waypoints.
So you teach it where to go.
Yes, you teach it where to
Ah,
go,
okay.
you flash it onto your drone, and it just follows the GPS coordinates.
But it won't do collision avoidance or anything. If there's something in front of it, it will crash.
No, so collision avoidance you can do.
Okay.
There are like, see, the fix for software is just so advanced, like for autonomous stuff, because there is nothing you can't attach with it. You want to do object avoidance, you
Yeah.
can do. You want to
Oh,
do precision landing, but there was one guy asking about precision landing one day in the Discord group, right?
yeah.
So precision landing, you just throw something, and when the drone is taking off, it takes the picture of the. Sometimes, like there are many ways to do this. So it takes the picture of the map, of the mat.
Oh, okay.
So when it returns, it tries to get to the same coordinate where it left off, and tracks that image and landed and
Uh,
lands on it and lands on it.
so always land on the same image. That's very interesting. So when's your next race?
Since it is lockdown, so we were having virtual races on Velocitone. Velocitone is also like a multiplayer game.
I saw
Where,
on Twitch a couple of times. There's like a stream where they race each other on the PC.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So in our country, we were having a race some months back.
Mhm.
So we, like my team was playing from our state. We were three pilots. Like on the major side, we were just three pilots. We came in third this season.
Oh, wow! Congrats.
Yeah, and we won three flight controllers for free.
So you have lots of flight controllers. So what's your favorite flight controller? Your one.
Yeah, as far, because see, I like this one because just for because one thing, not because it just flies or does something special. I like this one because other flight controllers don't like, if you short the 5 volt and ground, what they will do, they will just
Uh,
give you some smoke.
yeah,
They will just give you smoke. Mine one, you put a, you short 5 volt around, the regulator will just start turn off.
yeah. You got
It will start
protection.
stepping. Yeah, I've like done like from hardware point of view, I have done everything. Like
Ah,
you literally baby basically doing baby proof, like everything is baby proof now.
baby proof.
Yeah, you give it to a baby, nothing will happen.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
Yeah. So yeah,
Fantastic.
I have also been thinking about another flight controller project,
Hmm.
which like I will contribute to this community in the future.
Sorry, you want to do what in the community?
So as this one I will like my college will be patenting this one, so I will not be able to share this one, but I'm working on something like which I can share, because if I can share that one,
Yeah,
see, my concept is like that. If I don't show what I am doing, then how am I supposed to find like if there is something better than like what I'm doing,
yeah, that's true.
right? Yeah. So if I don't show something what I have done, then I can't state that this is the best one.
No, that's a good point.
Hmm. Hmm. So I will be making a like really like this is just like a base mark for drones
Yeah,
now. I will be making a separate one,
yeah,
uh, which I was talking about, like three gyros,
yes,
two
yes,
or three
yes.
gyros,
Redundancy.
2 or 3 GPSs, all in a single board. Uh, there will be like lot of layers in the PCB, but
Oh,
this
that
will
sounds
be
like fun, though.
so that's why I was talking about you like let's do the ESP31. Let's
Yeah,
get
yeah,
over that one, then you can like move to the advanced stuff.
yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start tomorrow, hopefully.
Mm.
Yeah, hopefully it just flies and crashes or something. Do you have any videos that you can show about your racing or not?
I don't have a racing video, but I have like what I do in the weekends,
Yeah.
like usually in the evening time, just like because all the day I'm doing like PCB designing or some kind of
Yes,
work. Like
yes. Take a break.
yeah, so just it's good to take a break. So what I do is I take my freestyle drone. Like there is this drone which doesn't
Yeah.
have a SD cam on it. There is another one which is just slightly bigger, and there is a GoPro on it. I have a 3D
Okay.
printed. I have made a 3D print mount, and I put my GoPro inside it, and I just go to fly and record. I have
Oh,
the
nice.
video. How can I share that video?
At the bottom, you should see share screen.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, you can share it.
Can I see now?
Yeah, I must just add it. There
Yeah,
we go. I'm going to make it full screen. There we go.
can I see it?
Yes.
This is done.
So this is you flying.
Yeah, this is me flying.
You can go upside down.
We can do everything. It is in like there's something called acro mode. My drone
Yeah.
can do all kinds of movements.
So how fast is this?
This is like 40-50 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
This one is not made for speed. This is just made for like slow normal cruising.
Wow. It's pretty cool though. I want one now.
Should I stop it?
No, no, no. You can finish
Or
it.
you want, or you know,
Or
finish
was it
it?
just repeat?
I have a place where I crash onto a tree and just my drone just like hangs on the tree. I have
What, this one?
yeah, in this video I guess you can do a lot of things with these. This is just like my hobby part. Is
Yeah, yeah.
out
That's
there.
very, very cool.
But like these things make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
A lot of noise. Can you hear the like sound?
I can't hear it. I think your PC's voice sound is not shared.
Okay, wait. I'm like I haven't shared the. Can I share the sound also?
I don't know.
Okay.
Nah, don't worry.
Uh,
Don't
but yeah,
worry
this
about it. That is so cool, man. I want to buy one.
Hey, this is like a really expensive hobby. It
Yeah, it
needs
is expensive, but it's a fun one.
this is
It's a,
fun one.
it's a future, man.
But like, yeah, this hobby gave like something like to me. You see,
Yeah, yeah. Just crash into your friends.
no, like I'm just confident enough to like fly someone like from someone close to me. Like
That's very
I,
cool.
yeah, this is the landing time.
Oh, okay. A lot of control. Oh, I see your headset. I think you accidentally left. That was very cool. Uh, yeah, I'm just going through message now, guys. Sorry, I'm not reading the messages when I chat to him. Uh, thanks a lot for the raid. Let's keep the questions coming. Oh, that's a good question. Hey, you kicked yourself out.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what do you think about the Amazon's future drone services? Do you think it's the future?
There, I heard that they were testing stuff. I also saw
Yeah,
some videos they were testing, but it is
because
possible.
that will be all autopilot, right? They'll just come to
Yeah,
your house, drop stuff off.
because it is very simple. Like it will just take off with the supply. It will go to a certain place where
Altitude,
it has
yeah.
to drop. But I don't think it will like get inside your home and
No, no,
drop the
no.
supply. No, that is too. Like, that is just way too dangerous.
But how far do you think we are from that until that becomes normal? Do you think it will become a normality?
I think from safety wise, if it like just gets to my lawn and drops it there, it's fine.
Yeah, but do you think
But
it's
I
going to
think,
happen
but
soon or not?
it's gonna take some time because
Is it?
because even if I like take the example of mapping, there are like very less drones available for that particular application, and delivering supplies is another whole level of because you will be controlling a lot of fleet. Basically, you will be controlling a fleet of drones.
Yeah.
So in order to manage, like just for example, you need to manage the battery. So
Yeah,
we
it's
need
longer
to,
than 12 minutes or something. Yeah.
no, forget the flight time. You need to manage the like some like suppose you have 100 drones.
Yeah.
The 100 drones left your courier office at certain point of time. They came back and you need to replace the batteries.
Can't you charge it?
Yeah, but like you need to also you also need to interchange the batteries, right?
Yeah, okay. You
So
don't charge it on the device. Yeah.
yeah, so you need to when you need to interchange the battery, it will require some human effort.
Hmm.
And when you are doing delivery services, it will be a little difficult. See, just for example, when a courier boy, like in India, just for example, when a courier boy delivers something, just just not take that example. Just take a simple example. Your drone is flying like there's a drone carrying a supply, flying
Yeah.
over someone's like some field. People see that drone. The first thing what do you know what the first thing that they will do? They will pick up a stone and throw that drone.
Oh, wow.
That's the first thing they will do.
Yeah, that is
So
true.
so if the one of the propellers like gets broken or something, yeah, or it actually hits the battery or something, or supply, like there are a lot of like
Yeah,
things which can
it's
happen
expensive thing to
unless
break.
yeah, but like if the drones like if the drone will travel at a very height, then it is fine. But at the point of at the time of landing,
It's
it
very
will,
low.
yeah. But at the time of landing, suppose like if even if this place is safe, there is no one else, just the recipient. There are still risks that needs to be take like they can consider,
Yeah.
because you need to land at the exact spot. and you're like you don't have a single drone to handle. You need to have a control like all like on all of the drones.
Oh wow.
So in order to make that kind of system which can handle like 200, 300, or 400 drones at a time, it is quite difficult.
I can imagine. Yeah. That's a good point. That's a very good point. It'll be fun though. It'll be nice to
Yeah.
see my stuff landing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kills a lot of jobs as well, I guess. But anyway.
Yeah, but like I still like the courier service. Like it is way more efficient. So like something happens to the drone, and like I have like something expensive like on my mail, and the drone is delivering, and something happened to the drone.
Yeah.
I don't want
Like,
that to happen.
like a TV or something. Imagine.
I don't think like drones will be carrying 20
What's
20
the
kilo.
next weight a drone can carry?
See, for example, just for example, we have the drones have motor. I think just drones like they don't have a specific thing like they like up to what extent they can carry. You
Hmm?
can pretty much like customize them like how much they can carry. I have
Okay.
seen drones carrying around like 20 to 25 kgs or 30 kgs of payload. I have also
Wow.
seen a drone carrying a man. Like it was literally a Formula One drone. I have seen
Yeah.
that.
The
Yeah,
accident.
no, so accident. No, it was not an accident. So
Yeah.
basically the race class drone is a concept, right?
Yeah.
So there is a group or something, a community, something like that. So it goes by DCL, Drone
Okay.
Championship League. So
Mhm.
what they did, they made a drone in which someone can sit and actually fly like a race drone.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and like it was huge. It was like a size of a car. Four propellers, huge propellers, and it goes like above 100 kilometers per hour or something.
That
Crazy.
is so cool.
And that can also do flips and rolls, everything.
I must bring
It
that
is
out.
like it is there. You can see on YouTube. This very famous video.
So, do you think that will ever happen? Like drones for people?
Drones?
For people, so people sit like you said. Will that ever become commercially available? Because I saw this like an octocopter. Yeah, is a drone,
There
right?
is some months back I heard there was a company in the Silicon Valley of our country. That
Mm-hmm.
company was trying to make a drone which can carry like basically it will be your Uber.
Yeah, yeah.
I heard like many rumors about those kind of ideas, but never
I
actually
haven't seen
seen
it.
myself.
Yeah,
There's no possible proof of like life for that idea.
yeah. I don't think the market is ready for it now as well. I don't know because you
We
need so
can do
much thrust
we
and
can
stuff.
yeah, because like see the things, there's always a question of reliability, and do you want to put that with yourself in there? That's also there's always a question of that. Like, will you
That's true.
put yourself there in that place? If you can
Yeah,
say yes, then that might be a possibility. But most of the time, that is not even a question because people know what it's like. Because even an airline or a helicopter, airline you
yeah,
can still land the plane. In a helicopter, the engine fails. You can still land the helicopter easily.
yeah.
But on a drone, it will just fall like a stone.
So now,
If some like suppose just there's a quadcopter with four motors. If one of the motors, the drone can still fly. If the one of the motors fail, the drone can still fly, but it will be just rotating on one axis, like a top to
yeah,
balance because the torque of one motor, like basically each of the motors cancels out each of the like motor stocks. Okay,
yes,
so if
yes,
one of the motors fails, basically one motor will lead, and just the
yes.
drone will balance that. The drone will just start spinning
But you'll
around.
be able to land safely.
But if this example, if there is like some guy in that boat,
Yeah, you'll be dizzy, yeah? Just make circles. Woo, fun times. Yeah, safety is a big thing in the world at the moment as well, and
yeah,
security and all that stuff.
even if like for a helicopter, like it is quite like because they have so many rules of regulations when you are
Yeah.
in a helicopter in as in like as in a particular time in like in the whole world, like for
Yes.
example USA. there's a th- there are a lot of things going on with the FAA.
Yeah.
So there have been like riots and whole lot of strikes in USA just because they were trying to ban these drones,
Yes.
and they were trying to ban it rather than coming with some kind of idea which an idea which can have both of the things in existence within an equilibrium.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In India, when in India also we have law. We have like the law is already
Yeah, drone
established. Yeah,
law.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it was established by the DGCA.
Yeah.
So the DGCA, so even the DGCA asked like we have an IDRL community.
Okay.
So we have professional pilots in a particular group. So I was also in a profession. I am also in the professional category.
Hmm.
So the DGCA officers, uh, they started to talk with us like what is the problem, what are the things. But the hilarious thing was that the guy uh, the guy who was making the website for uh, for the where we can register our drones, like didn't know like many things. Like the background should be a little bit technical so that it can like we can talk with him and short things out, right?
Yes. Yes.
So but the problem happened, like he was not a technical guy. So you can like you can see like where the discussion will go if like he will try to uh, commence the law, and we will try to give some idea, but it doesn't goes his way. So there are a lot of clashes
But
like
it's
which
it's a
happen.
difficult thing to make a law for a new thing, right? So drones are quite new.
Hmm.
So I think
because
it's going to wow.
because drones, yeah, so because like the drones are also like giving some people like the technical skills and the
Yeah.
knowledge. But if you try to take that from them, then that might be a like, big problem for people.
What do you mean by taking away technical skills?
Just for example,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what happened, this is a real life example. Uh, so I will say that 100% of our colleges, 100% in our in Indian colleges, when you will ask a final year student that what is a UART?
What is it?
UART, UART.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't know
Oh, how is that possible? If you're doing microcontrollers or stuff
because they haven't deal with microcontroller stuff.
at the final year of university.
Like this is like in every college there are like 90%, 80 to 90% students which
Yeah.
don't know about that because like I said, they don't get to know like more about practicals. So like people, just
Yeah.
for example, I belong to a branch which deals with the core and the hardwares.
Yeah.
uh, but we have job placements going on, and the companies which are coming in a campus are all software based. So the computer science students are like obviously going to get placed in those companies, right?
Hmm.
They will always get them. But guess what? Like 90, this around 60 to 70% from our branch also people are no, not 60. It is like 90%,
Yeah.
90 or 95% from my branch. Students are getting like trying to get jobs in those software companies.
So majority of people are busy doing software instead of hardware now. I think that's around the world. So even so Africa, yeah, majority do software. Because
But
I
I
think
don't understand. I did still don't understand that why is that why I keep sitting.
I think it's because if you do software, you can just program, right? So you don't have to. If something's wrong, you can fix it in the code. Where hardware, you made mistakes with USB, you have to have patch wires. Sometimes that's not enough. Then you have to make a new board. So hardware design is much more frustrating sometimes, and it's also more expensive than
That's
software.
that's
You
the
just
thing.
do it from your
No,
PC.
but
You forgot
but
you
like
forgot the semicolon.
but but like people are not like they don't have that the reason which you said right,
Yeah.
they don't have that reason to get like to just sitting for the interview for that. They are like I got into engineering because I needed a job. My father needs like at the end of this year
Do they
you have
say
a
that?
job.
Do they say that in the interviews? No, man, never. I can't believe that. You can't say, "Oh, I'm at an interview." No ways.
So basically, like they need like they even if like they just need to get plays.
Yeah,
So
but
like this is
unfortunately, you have to work to get money to eat and stuff. Eh? So I understand that. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
so this is like quite a complex like I just think like this is like this has become hypothetical for me. Like this is what should I do? Like I'm at a point, so like I can't sit for a placement also. I'm at this point.
Sorry, so the
So
replacement. What do you mean?
yeah, so, like I can't like see for placements. I am only seeing that there are software jobs,
Uh, you mean
and in
for a
order
job?
to,
Like when you say
yeah,
placement, you mean a company hiring?
yeah, basically company hiring. So basically majority are
Hmm.
only software,
Wow.
which I know, and I have like I've been asking my seniors as well as my professors.
Hmm.
And when I try to find like some company which deals with hardware,
Yes.
they the master's degree is must.
Oh, so
The
they
master
want master degrees.
in order to sit for their interview,
Yeah.
you need master's degree at must. You need to have a good academic level, like from standard 10 to that level. They
Wow.
don't. So I'm at this point like my like this part like experience wise like I feel like after talking to my seniors like what I have done right now like you can be easily placed now in national instruments. You don't actually need an industrial like you do. Why do we get a software job like after getting into engineering at the end of the year? Why do you need a job? Because you need to get industrial and outside experience.
Yeah.
He said you don't need an outside experience now. You can just directly get into placement. You don't need those skills. You already have those skills.
That's
So I was
interesting.
like, yeah. So I was like, okay, fine then. But I also have like after I learned this thing, I like see after you design a certain board for that for like for you that becomes really easy. But what is happening with me, that board is easy for me. I know that how simple it is because I understand that one.
Yeah.
But but if I show the board to someone else, it is really complicated for them. Like they like don't explain it to me. Just keep it to yourself. But you can like you are like at a good position.
Yeah.
They have a that like kind of expression with this. So I was like, okay, then I should prepare for GRE or something. GRE, like I was like trying. Then I'm giving a shot to this startup and
Hmm.
this thing. If these things will go on really well, then I will try to keep this on. But there is a very high possibility that I will be like getting into hardware design now.
No, but you must. How old are you now?
I'm 21 now.
21. Are you young, man? Do whatever you want. Are you staying with your parents still?
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it. Do your startup. Don't just follow the crowd, man. Because
No,
yeah,
this have been like that only. Like, should I like father had like always taught me like, please don't get into the crowd. Please don't get into
yeah.
the crowd. So
No,
and like,
if you have the opportunity, understand sometimes you need a job, right? You need to eat, you need to feed yourself, clothe yourself. But if you have opportunity, go for it. You can
yeah,
always get
yeah,
another job, always. So yeah, you're still young. I wish I started
yeah,
earlier. So like I'm 39.
yeah,
I want to do the startup thing now. So we'll see. But because working and trying after hours is tough, eh? It's tiring. So
yeah.
use your energy and time now.
Yeah, basically I'm like at that point, like what should I do? Like I have options, like I have a lot of options that I'm just getting confused to what to do. And I think this is also a thing with like younger students, like yeah, who are younger than me. You must have seen that.
Yeah, I get a lot of messages on Instagram and stuff. People are a bit lost at the moment. What to do next?
So like my so what I also thought about that, like just like we can make a like their background wise, we can get resources like what they should do,
Yeah.
and according to that, like we can't like everyone when you teach them something, they expect that you will also give them work. So see, I'm a random guy X and you are Y. Okay, so if you are helping me, then I will expect that you will also get me like some kind of resource, like a resource for a job or something. If
Oh,
you are teaching me, if you are teaching me, so I will also expect that you might have some kind of resource.
so if I'm just
Some
teaching you for just for teaching you, that's not a thing.
That's the thing, but that is like like very like there is very rare cases.
So I must be careful teaching people because they're going to think I'm going to give them a job.
No, no, but like yeah, that's the mindset. Like I'm trying to create. See,
If
like
you're watching,
that's
I'm not giving anyone jobs teaching.
no, no. It's not like it's not like thing with all people. It's not a thing with all
Yeah.
people.
But I've noticed
Like
that into people. People are just, they want opportunity and everyone's asking for internships. Now, I can't give internships. I'm not a company like that. So I can teach
yeah.
them PCB design and stuff, but I can't physically give them an internship.
So
But I
that's why
understand.
like yeah. So that's why I also like thought like if I try to like get people with the common interest and passionate, so you just need to make someone passionate.
Yes.
If you make someone passionate, they will apparently grow up rather like and you can always support them. That may be
Yeah.
a funding wise, that may be a
Yeah.
hardware, that may be anything, but that will be a bet always. That will be always a bet from your side, which my friend did with me. He betted on me. He basically just borrowed me everything. Literally,
Oh,
he
nice.
borrowed me. Yeah, basically, my first drone was like not mine.
Yeah, yeah. But it's
He
nice
just
to have
gave it.
people like that.
Yeah, basically, just he just did a bet on me. He saw the passion on me. He bet it, and it just came out to be really good. So now
Yeah.
I
But you
want,
grabbed the chance, eh? So you grabbed the opportunity. That's the difference as well.
but I wasn't the only one who he did with it. Basically, we were around like four at the starting of the time when he did that. No one would know it, but
Yeah.
when I came to this stage, he told me that I did this. You were one of the guys which I like, whom I did with. So I now I want that I should do the same thing so that that guy can be better than me tomorrow.
Yeah.
That
That's
is the whole thing. That is the whole thing that I want to do this. So I'm just trying to work around the things, and if that will be, I'm first starting with my college only.
Yeah, yeah. Start small. So once you start getting into it, you'll notice people coming in your way that's going to help you, and you're going to meet people in the same mindset, same things. So just
Yeah,
start, and you'll see you're going to meet some cool people along the way.
yeah. So like, why I thought was college was the best place to start, because see, when someone gets admission in the college, basically they are like white paper. This is my concept. Like they are
Yeah,
like white paper. Basically, you can write anything.
yeah.
So if you in my college, people are scared of juniors. So first thing, like I took a bunch of juniors in a group. I
Why are they
started
scared of juniors?
what?
Why are they scared of juniors?
No, they are like juniors are scared of the seniors.
Ah, okay.
That shouldn't be a thing, right? There
No,
shouldn't be a thing.
that's not a thing.
That should be, but yeah,
It should be
but
mentorship.
like,
Mentorship.
but but thanks to the Bollywood.
Bollywood.
Yeah, because see, even in the, you have you heard of Three Idiots? Have you heard
Sorry?
of Have you heard of Three Idiots? It's a movie. It's a really cool movie.
No.
Okay. So in
Dumber
that
and
movie,
Dumber.
no. So basically, that that movie won an Oscar.
An Indian movie, Bollywood movie.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
Bollywood movie. It won an Oscar. So, so in that movie, they showed like when you get into an engineering college, how ragging happens.
Oh,
Yeah. So basically, it's not as like it's a really fun movie if you watch it. Like it's basically a documentary on a base on an engineer's life who
okay.
gets into college. Maybe engineer, that may be a biological like bio student. It may be anyone, but it's like a bench like a movie which will give a rough idea about college. Have like bachelor's
Yeah.
degree. So there are a lot of movies, and we also have our seniors that who scare other people. So
Wow. That's sad, actually. It's supposed to be a community, help each other. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, okay. So in the first year when I was in third year, like this year, what I did, uh, the people who got into the robotics club, I started with them because they are like they came into a group. So basically, see the reason they came into robotics because they had the same mind.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I have common-minded people now.
Yeah.
Now I can start something from here. So I like first thing which I did with them, like just get the fear out of their minds,
Yeah.
like
I don't understand the fear.
because we in our college we don't like see what do you like. So just I need to know like what do you call your seniors if you are in
Where?
college. What do you call your seniors if you are in
Nothing.
college? I think you'll just call you. So in India, we call our elder brothers or sisters bhaiya or didi. Bhaiya for
Uh,
big brother, didi for
even,
big
even
sister.
even if they're not your brother and sister.
Yeah, even if you are not a brother or sister.
Oh, no, no, no. We call them by their names.
Yeah. So in English, like it gets different, but in Hindi,
Yeah.
there are resolutions of the community. The
Ah,
resolutions of
okay.
the communication. So
So there's a hierarchy thing in India, like different levels, different statuses. Okay.
so in brother bhaiya already means bigger than you,
Ah, okay.
bigger brother of you. So in our college, so see, sorry, so just you think if you have a senior, what do you call bhaiya or didi, brother sister, the bigger brother or bigger sister?
Oh,
No,
wow.
but we don't call them that in our college.
Okay.
That's why they are you said them sir and ma'am.
Really?
It
But they're
doesn't
like,
like this.
they're probably 2 years older than you, right?
Yeah, but like this is a thing which goes on, and
Wow.
and I'm trying to break that one.
Yeah, it's, well, I guess every country is different, but yeah, South Africa wasn't like that. Netherlands is definitely not like that. Netherlands is like flat.
Yeah,
You don't
basically it
call
should
anyone to.
basically it should be like that.
Yeah.
It should be like that. But this
So
is
we,
the thing.
we, we won't call our bosses or anyone sir. We'll call them by their names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started with that. Just a second.
You have to go.
No, it's fine. It's the one. So I started like I told them like just to call with my name.
Yeah.
I was starting just to call with my name. They were doing some projects in robotics, so I helped them with that. So they are coming pretty good now.
No, yeah,
So
I'm
I
trying the
started.
same because with PlumPot now we've got so many Indians, and everyone
Yeah,
calls me sir. I'm like, I'm not sir, man. I'm JP.
you also mentioned that
I'm not
like sir,
sir.
sir,
I'm
sir.
JP. So I've realized that there's a lot of but it's a sign of respect, which I understand. But
Yeah.
yeah, but I
Yeah,
feel,
for you like basically like when in India what happens is like if you know something which we don't know, like suppose like you are someone and I am someone, you know something which I don't know and you are really good about it, then I will automatically call you sir.
oh yeah,
Because in India this is actually a culture that if
yeah.
you know something more than me, then you are above me because you know something
Oh wow,
better
so
than
you guys are
knowledge.
hectic about knowledge then.
Yeah, India is bringing like about knowledge only.
Ramesh says, young buddy trying to change the India.
No, it's not. No, it's not like trying to change in India, but like these are the things which I have been noticing. When you will be like, I don't know if what is the background or something, but when you like got out of college and start to do work with different people like, with different backgrounds, you will see the
Yeah.
differences.
See, for me, I don't like thinking that person's better than that person, that person's better than that person. I think
Yeah,
we just help each other.
every yeah, basically everyone is better at that place. That's it.
Someone's going to be better at you at something.
Yeah,
So that doesn't
yeah.
matter. But my boss or my project manager is actually Indian, and I've got another Indian colleague. So we chat a lot about the different cultures and stuff. So I've
Yeah.
heard it before. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, but yeah,
Great,
that's
man.
uh, that's the thing. That's it.
That's you. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I don't know if there's any more questions, stuff, but thanks a lot. It was fun, man. We must do it again. When you build some version 30, maybe, or version 40.
We
But,
will do something.
I will chat again on Discord. Thanks everyone who are watching. We kind of get a lot of people, like 20 people. Ramesh, it's all you, eh? All you.
20 people.
Yeah, it's all you. You're going to be famous. How do you say your name? Ranesh.
It's Rajnish.
Rajnish. I keep saying it wrong. Rajnish. Okay.
Basically, if you Google that name, so they will a name will come up with the full name is Osho Rajnish. So my dad was like Osho Rajnish had some spiritual ways. My dad is into that, so he just gave me that name.
That's cool. Yeah. This is backup, but you guys, this is backup, but you guys can rewatch the video. It'll be on YouTube. It was really fun chatting. So about the drone, be there for everyone.
I didn't expect like this many people will be here. Like,
yeah,
I didn't like expect it. Like
people like drones, man. But share with your friends. So it'll be on YouTube. They can rewatch it.
We can do a thing. When we are done with the ESP32, when we are done with that, the second phase will be controlling a brushless motor with the the brushless motor, the ES electronic speed controllers. They take a variety of protocols to drive the motors. One of them is also the PWM. We can also give them PWM and run them. So the next phase we can do is just give the PWM to the ESC.
Yeah, so I'm going to start tomorrow now with breaking it up into videos of the PCB, the circuits, and then I'm going to do programming, things like that. Try to explain to people how it works, and then I'm going to try program it. So I'm going to try the firmware you spoke about, because I'm not going to try program myself, and then we see if we can get it working. Thanks. How do you say this name? Do you know how to pronounce it? JS. I don't know.
Ajit. It's Ajit. It's Ajit. Okay. Ajitesh. It's Ajitesh.
Last time he told me just call him JS. Thanks for
joining. I don't think that's his name. I don't think that's his name.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. We'll chat on Discord. Guys, join us. Just call me JS. Yeah. So guys, join us in Discord if you want to continue chatting. It's always fun.
We will also try to do a drone build some other day.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. But after these things are clear, then we can go into that.
Let's take it step by step.
Yeah.
Have a good night, eh? It's late by you now.
Good night, guys. Yeah. Good night.
Good night. Thanks a lot. Bye. So that's it, guys. Thanks for joining. Keep nerding. I like this. Bye, fellas. Keep nerding. So we're going to do this more often in the podcast. Try and invite different engineers. If you're an engineer out there who wants to have a chat, explain to the people what it's all about. So I think next one we're going to have... going to try and get an Egyptian colleague of mine who's a mechatronics engineer. So we'll have a chat to him. Gute Nacht. Good night. Gute Nacht. Hey, Kamikaze, just too late. We just finished. You're going to have to rewatch the podcast. How did your PCB go? I see you ordered quite nicely. So let me guys know in the comment what you guys think about this podcast, what type of topics we should discuss. I'm winging it at the moment, so I'm just chatting to any hobbyist, electronics, makerist, electronist, chatting to anyone who wants to chat. That's always fun, learning new things. I think that's me. If you guys missed it, just go back on YouTube. You can rewatch it. It was very interesting. Thanks a lot for joining. Until next time, guys, have a great day, great week. It's Sunday or Saturday. Bye.